Well, good morning, everybody. This is dear Mama Sal on a still wet and gusty. That's going to be my word for the day, gusty, Wednesday morning. It is, what I'm noticing is that it is messy everywhere. You know, people's decorations have been messed up. Luckily, we have the very heavy garbage bins now, you know, the big ones on wheels, because otherwise I assure you that the neighborhood would be just inundated with traveling garbage bins, and we'd spend the next week trying to sort out who owned which one. But it just is, you know, one of those messy sort of days where you're going, that's so sad. Even the lights on one of my trees, you know, were obviously dislodged to some degree. Ooh. Don't you hate that? And so it was, I don't know why it was so sad to see that, you know, just everybody's hard work was messed. But that's life, right? And if you want it all to go perfectly, you're living in the wrong world. So I just wondered, how we're all doing. I believe today is Christine's birthday, and also Lou's birthday. And by the time I get this up, they will have had it on the 10th. So just so that you know that. So I'd like to wish them a very happy birthday. And also, of course, we've got our thoughts and prayers going out to Lou for his big operation that's happening. So we just hope that's the greatest birthday present he can have, is to get that done properly and be out of pain. Although I'm sure in the short term it will still be very painful. I don't think there is such a thing as a totally painless back operation. I just watched a guy who just totally went through another red light. I mean, what is it with these people today? Is it the time of year, do you think? Are you finding that people are doing really weird things? And you have to wonder whether their problem is that they're late, and therefore they cannot afford to wait for another traffic light to change, or is it that they are arrogant enough to think that they own the road? Yeah, I wonder which it is. So, whichever it is, it's pretty darn dangerous. Now, I'm really interested to see how the water level is this morning, because it was frightening yesterday. It was the highest I've ever seen it in all the time of living where I live. I had never seen the water higher than that. So, pretty Christmas decorations. That cheered me up. Now, I'm watching one of those shop online food trucks going around. I don't know if you have it where you are, but you can now phone up Save On Foods, and they will deliver your groceries to you, which at this time of the year isn't a totally bad idea. If you get my drift. And I think there's a minimum order of $75, which in today's reality doesn't take very long. So I'm really going to consider doing that very soon. And quite honestly, for me, it would be a good thing because I would probably spend a lot less because there'd be no impulse buying. You'd just be buying what you need. And so from that perspective, it would really be a very good idea. I gotta try it, you know. The reason that I don't is because it'll come out of my Visa account. And the other part of me says, well, you just need to transfer the money back into the Visa. And think of all the points. Oh, think of all the points you'd gain. Right. If you are disciplined, Sal, that could be a big advantage. Okay, we'll give that some more thought. Somebody wrote to me about the half Christmas tree. Rosie. Rosie wrote to me, and she lives in Saskatchewan as far as I know. And she wrote to me about the half Christmas tree. Never seen it. And very interested in it. Yeah, the reason I like my half Christmas tree so much is because it takes up half the space. And quite honestly, I think they also make a corner Christmas tree, if anybody's interested. You know, that's specially cut to go into a corner so it doesn't take up as much room. And I think that's really a great idea. I have never regretted getting my half Christmas tree. And you have to actually get pretty close to it to know that it's a half Christmas tree. You know what I mean? It doesn't sort of go, oh gosh, that's half a tree. It looks like a full tree. And it's only when you get, if you're sitting sideways to it, you can definitely see it's half a tree. And I was looking at it, the prices are still pretty heavy because of the time of year. But I bought mine after Christmas, a couple of years ago. I waited until Christmas was over and then I bought one. Now, I ran the risk that there wouldn't be any left. But you know, with today's online shopping, I'm pretty sure you could get one almost any time. And probably at a pretty good price. I paid after Christmas about $150 for mine. So it probably was discounted by about $50, I would think. From what I can see, they're about just under $200 online in Canada. And for those of you who want to know where did I get it, I got mine at Walmart, which makes me think they probably have them in Walmart in the States as well. And I would think any major, quite honestly, any major outlet that sells Christmas trees is likely to have at least one or two of these half trees. You may have to ask because they may have it in the back or they may have sold the ones that they have. So I'd actually be asking for it. I think the more that people ask for them, of course, the more they'll stock. That's another point. So here we go. Let's have a look at the river. Whoa, yeah, that's pretty dark. That's really high on that side. And I'm hoping, I don't know, I'm just a bit scared because I've never seen it that high. And this route that I take is sort of the route out of my area unless I want to take like a 15-kilometer detour backwards. You know, in other words, if I don't take this direct route out of where I live, I would have to go west for some miles or kilometers, whichever you're talking in, and then head north again, and then go east, and then head north again, and then come back again. You know, I'd have to do this sort of 3 parts of a square. And it would need to be probably some kilometers along. Now, some years ago, they diked up the whole of this area where I live. Well, actually, I've got to be quite fair in case you're worried. The area that I'm traveling is where they diked up. I live on the top of a rise, so I don't believe it would ever be an issue. Yeah, this is the Ducks Unlimited area, and I have never seen it this full, ever. I've seen it pretty full, but I've never seen it this full. And then there's a canal right after it here. And I know yesterday I got quite a shock when I saw, because that's where the dike is, part of the dike area. Yeah, this dike is nearly overflowing. Whoa, it's even worse today. This dike is almost overflowing. It's probably about a foot from overflowing. So if we have serious rain today, we could be looking at some quite serious flooding. The good news I heard on the news today was that California apparently is having a deluge of this rain, and that's probably where our rain's coming from, is the back end of that. And that, you know, in a heartbeat it's going to solve some of the drought problems, so I'm delighted for that. But I can't help thinking, with California being the way that it is, that so much of the much needed rain is going to run off and sort of into the Los Angeles River and you know, other places where it will head straight for the sea instead of being diverted into the land. And you can't help wondering whether there shouldn't be some system to divert all this water, if it, you know, whenever it comes down like this, to divert it somewhere into a dam that can hold it until LA needs it. Just a thought. So for those of you living in LA, and I know quite a few of my viewers do, in California anyway, in fact, a lot of my viewers do, because I think I have the highest viewership of all in California. So guys, I wish you, I hope your places don't flood, and I hope that the water gets stored so that you don't have to hassle during the year. So my thoughts are with you. And the other thing is, I can't help feeling with that amount of rain, you're also going to have that amount of maybe mudslides, because there's not a whole lot holding the earth together there. So I hope you'll be okay. I guess by the time you get this I'm going to know, because I'm pretty sure it'll be on the news tonight. I was listening today to the reports on the torture techniques used during the Bush administration. And I don't know, it made me feel quite ill that we still do those sort of things to people. And I was really glad to hear that that we put a stop to it within 2 days of Obama hitting the White House. Whatever you feel about Obama, that had to happen. That was really defenseless. What is the point of the Geneva Convention? What is the point of agreeing to the humane treatment of prisoners and then not do it? I mean, I was pretty sure that we had some pretty nasty stuff going on, but when I hear some of this, you go, really? And I know that a lot of really good intended people did this in trying to save more lives post 9/11. I understand that. But I can't help thinking, where was the oversight? Where was the leadership then? And I hear that they didn't dare tell Colin Powell, because if they did, that they knew he would have a hissy fit. And I believe that. I certainly believe that. And I can't help wondering whether he didn't leave when he heard what was going on. They didn't want any part of it. Once he knew. So interesting. And of course I'm terrified for those people who might be detained in foreign countries right now, because that just opened up the floodgates to how they may be treated, and that's horrifying. So the timing absolutely sucks. But as so rightly said by Dianne Feinstein, which is, there isn't a good time to release this. There is no good time. And I thought that was a very relevant point. So, it doesn't make it any less scary. I just realized how slow the traffic is today. There must be a problem somewhere. Because I've sort of been crawling along this road, which is unusual. There's an ambulance going. The question is... Okay, let's take the risk. The question is, where is the problem? That's why some people have their radios on, right? It's very difficult because you can't have your radio on when you're broadcasting. I can't see where the problem is, so hopefully it's not right here. We'll see. Okay, so, Gusty. I hope that you all have a really great day. I really have great hope for us all. I've struggled a bit in the last couple of days with the whole Christmas thing, and just thought I'd let you know that in case any of you are also struggling. I'm also struggling with the fact that Jenny, Jen, and Manon every now and then challenge me on their little squat challenge. And yesterday that was 75 squats. Well, excuse me. It nearly killed me. I shouldn't say that. It was very painful. What are the muscles at the top of part of your leg from the knee up? Quads? I think they're quads. I'm not 100% sure. Whatever those muscles are, I want to tell you, they were really complaining. They were calling Jenny, Jen, and Manon a few names that were not polite. And I haven't checked to see how many I have to do today. I don't dare. Please tell me it's less than 75. Please tell me it's less than 75. But for those of you who've never done the squat challenge, it's a really good idea to sort of do it with a couple of people, because you'll find that if a group of you are doing it, the one eggs the other one on. For example, Jenny Jen normally finishes hers first, and then guilts out Manon and myself. I do mine. I don't try and do mine all at one time, because I just can't. I do mine in batches of about 20, 25, maybe 30 Um, and sometimes even 10, depending on what time of the day it is. I just keep adding to the total number until I'm done. And I try and get them done before I leave work, because I know the chances of my doing it when I get home are probably zip. We will see. So, if any of you want to join in the squat challenge, apparently it's really good for your butt. Like, I care. But to support Jenny Jen Jen, I had some concern about that, because I was scared that Jenny Jen Jen doing squats might cause Lammy to pop out into the world a bit earlier than planned. That would be my big fear. But she's quite happy doing it, so that's fine. Oh, and terror stories. You may know I'm doing a little blankie for Lammy, and I got it nearly finished when I found out I made a terrible mistake somewhere near the beginning. And so I had to take the whole thing apart. The whole thing. I nearly finished it.